brisket, beef ribs the size of your arm, and the best mac and cheese in the world. That's right, in today's episode of the vlog, I'm reviewing American barbecues. Hello everybody, how are you doing? And welcome to today's episode of the vlog. My name is Shaun and I'm a vlogger from Edinburgh in Scotland. And right here on this channel, I talk all about my experience as a Scottish person, traveling the world, getting to know other cultures. And in today's episode, I'm talking about barbecues because I think it's a really interesting cultural thing, right? I've enjoyed barbecues around the world. I've enjoyed it in South America. I've enjoyed the barbecues in Europe. And let me tell you, I have experienced barbecues, obviously, as a British person, right here in Scotland, and they're not the best. But let's get onto that in a wee minute, because first of all, I just want to say welcome to everybody. Thank you so much for joining in with my channel. It is great to have you here. And if you're new, please don't forget, I need you to do one thing. Hit that red subscribe button down in the bottom corner, and then you will be part of the family from here on in, and we will discuss all things Scottish culture related and connecting that with people around the world. So thank you so much for being part of this. Right, okay, American barbecues, and this could be contentious. This could potentially start a civil war. I know that. I'm aware, fully aware of the issues this could cause, okay? North v South in America. In the United States, I don't want to cause any kind of issues because I know you guys take your barbecues extraordinarily seriously. And I know certain regions in America are more famous for their barbecues than others. And admittedly, in this title, New York is not one of the more famous places for barbecues in America, right? But I had a really good experience there and I wanted to share that. And I know, right, this North-South divide issue could come up, right? And I'm wearing this northern t-shirt that somebody kindly sent to me. So I think I should balance it out a wee bit. I've got this hat from Texas, so that kind of makes it a wee bit even, right? Does it not? And I should also say at the end of today's video, I'm going to be opening and unboxing some boxes you guys have been sending me from America. So you want to hang in on there until the end to see that. All right, American barbecues. My experience of American barbecue is interesting, right? It's a story I want to tell because it does involve some cultural quirks and differences between here in Scotland, the UK, and the United States of America. I know barbecues is a big thing around the world. Everybody loves a barbecue, right? And my goal is I will get to enjoy barbecues from lots of different places around the world, but I can only talk about my experiences that I've actually had, okay? And the first American barbecue experience that I ever had was a place called Cooper's. Cooper's Old Time Pit Barbecue in Fort Worth, Texas. So that, of course, will be making up a section of today's video. And the other part is my second ever American barbecue experience. Old Town Barbecue in Red Hook, Brooklyn. Let's see what the spiel says on Google. Hometown Barbecue opened in Red Hook, Brooklyn in September 2013, specializing in authentic pit smoked meats prepared in the classic Southern technique of smoking oak wood. They also incorporate a variety of flavor profiles that represent local communities. Interesting. Cooper's, meanwhile, started cooking over mesquite coals and serving meat right from the pits in January 2010. The same way the flagship location in, let me get this right, Llano has cooked their barbecues, or traditional American barbecues, since 1962. So we've got two barbecues here, both with a bit of pedigree. They've both been around a little bit and they've both gathered a lot of reviews online. And if you look at TripAdvisor, both of them are very highly rated, okay? This is something that's quite relevant to this video, okay? When comparing these, both have excellent reviews on TripAdvisor, and bad reviews tend to come from service rather than actually the food. And let me tell you right away, I have never experienced anything like American barbecue in my life. And like I say, I like food. I do eat barbecues in different places in the world when I travel. South America is well known for its barbecues and they are fantastic, amazing, right? But when I tasted an American barbecue, it is so uniquely American, right? It was a very unique experience, and that's something that really stood out to me. It was a type of barbecue that I'd never had anywhere else. The cuts of meat, the size of the meat, and the flavors were so unique to America. And that is something that really, really stood out to me from the get-go. And yes, it's true, we have barbecues in the UK. In the summertime, in the few days of summer that we get every year here in Scotland, we do have barbecues. Most people here will have a barbecue in their home, or they buy disposable ones at the supermarket. Quite common, right? But the problem is we don't know how to barbecue here. People are just lazy. That is a problem here. People are lazy. And what we do in barbecues here in summer is we go for the cheapest burgers you can get in the supermarket. You know, the frozen burger meat. And we put that on a barbecue, and as if that makes a barbecue, right? We don't actually cook proper lumps of meat on a barbecue. That's exactly what you're supposed to do, right? So for me to go over to America and try a barbecue for the first time, it was literally mind-blowing and a revolution in my head and in my taste buds. Cuts of meat like the briskets, the ribs. Wow. Beef rib. I'd never had a beef rib before in my life, and when I saw the thing like that, I think I ordered two the first time I went to the barbecue, right? I ordered two thinking they would just be like ribs but a beef rib was like that. I was thinking, what am I going to do with this? This is something that would feed T-Rex, let alone an average sized Scottish guy. So the meat was all good, okay? In both the places. Let me just say that right away. The meat was excellent in both locations. But here's where I think things get a little bit more interesting. Mac and cheese, humble mac and cheese, okay? I hate mac and cheese. There is a controversial statement and could get you guys to click off this video right away, but please hear me out, okay? And I think the reason I hate mac and cheese is solely the blame of Scottish kitchens. The gloop that you get served here is disgusting, quite frankly. In the UK, wide as a general, where if you go to a pub, for example, and order mac and cheese, it is embarrassing. And I think like my deep dislike for mac and cheese goes way back to school days when I was in primary school, 5, 6, 7 years old, getting my first mac and cheese in school dinners, and let me tell you, those things were foul. And it put me off mac and cheese for my whole life. I despised the stuff because of that. I was traumatized by being force-fed the awful gelatinous gloop that they try and serve you as mac and cheese in schools here. And it was so bad, it actually put me off eating cheese altogether. So when I first went to an American barbecue and I first saw mac and cheese, I was skeptical right away, but I looked at it and I thought, that looks a wee bit different. There's something different about it. I need to try one little bit, right? I'm revolted by mac and cheese generally. So I took a mouthful and I was like, what? My life has just been changed forever. Where have you been all my life? Real mac and cheese. All it took was that first mouthful for me to fall head over heels for this mac and cheese. It was an experience I will never forget. So, mac and cheese could actually end up being the decider in the American barbecue debate, right? Anyway, my two experiences in Texas and in New York City of two great American barbecue establishments. Let's roll the tapes.
Brisket, pulled pork, chopped beef, straight ahead.
Look at that.
Wow, I'm so...
That's proper.
This is amazing.
There you go. Beans. Macaroni. Look at the size of this rib. It is amazing, amazing, amazing. I've now moved on to a pork rib, and look at that.
You got the meat sweats.
Look at that. I have as well. I've totally got the meat sweats. Alright guys, so we're here at the Hometown BBQ and wow, I don't even know where to start with this. The meat looks incredible. I've not tried it yet, but listen, look. You just can't go wrong with a piece of brisket that looks like that. You can't go wrong with that. Some all-American mac and cheese. Let's get that brisket down my throat. Finally, some good meat. Like, in the UK we don't know how to do good meat. Get some barbecue sauce, and we're all cooking with gas. I've never in my life been a fan of mac and cheese, but American barbecue mac and cheese. That is a different story. This is the best food I've had in New York, I think. So now that you've seen those videos, I must be honest and say that I struggle to separate those two places. Great barbecue places that are highly recommended on TripAdvisor, on all the travel sites, and by locals, and I think that's very important. At both places you will find locals eating at them, right? I want to know what you guys think about this, of course, as people who know barbecues in America, who've been to a lot of different ones. You might have even been to these places, so I want to know your thoughts down below, right? But both places were absolutely amazing. I think you can see from my reactions there, eating the food, it was just an incredible experience that I'll never forget and change my life in terms of culinary experiences. But here's something that I will say. Remember the mac and cheese talk? Well, Cooper's, that was the first barbecue that I actually went to in my life in America. And that was a place that really changed my life, really, in terms of mac and cheese. opened my eyes to what mac and cheese can be. And if it wasn't for Cooper's, I would never have discovered that mac and cheese can actually be good. And at Cooper's, they also do their speciality with adding a little bit of pepper and also bacon as well. It is another level experience. Mac and cheese in America, wow. They were both very good, right? But the Cooper's one takes the edge, and it was also my first experience of mac and cheese, so that has a warm place in my heart. And that's not to say the mac and cheese in Hometown wasn't very good, because it absolutely was as well, but there's definitely an edge there at Cooper's. And something else I think we should probably take into consideration in this debate. In Texas, there are dozens and maybe even hundreds of good barbecues, thousands even possibly, right? People will all have their local favorites in places like Texas. You guys will know better. So I think the fact that Cooper's stands out in that vast crowd of amazing barbecues, because Texas is a state of barbecue, the fact that it's able to stand out and be recommended by locals and people who visit means that it must be pretty special. Meanwhile, in New York, Hometown is one of probably just a handful of real authentic barbecue experiences in New York City. And many people say it is the best barbecue you can find in New York. So that is something on its own right, but it does have far less competition. I definitely say that gives kudos to Cooper's for being able to stand out in that vastness and be recommended. And I was on a trip with the Exploring American Values tour with the United States Embassy to the UK at the time, right? On that tour, the US Embassy to London tried to hook us up with some of the best American experiences that they could possibly do in our stay there over the couple of weeks. So for that place to be recommended and for us to go there, it must have had a good reputation. So for them to stand out in that crowd is pretty good. And when I went to Hometown in New York, it was just me going on a trip and asking people around, okay? But guys, like I said, I would love to know what you think about this debate, right? You will all have your favorite barbecues, so I want to know what some of the best ones are, and I want to know what you think of both Cooper's and Hometown. If you've been to either of them, what do you think of them? Were they good first experiences as a foreigner to try real American barbecues, or do you think there are far better options? And I am aware that I need to come back to America very soon, which is happening, and explore the very many different types of barbecue and other types of food that you guys have, because I love the culinary experience wherever I travel, and especially in America. It was mind-blowing and mind-opening. So that was my thoughts on American barbecues, but the video is not over, because I have got a couple of boxes back here that need opening. They've actually been on my desk for about a week now, and I've not had the time or chance to open them. So let's see what we've got, okay? And I just want to say thank you to everybody who sent boxes. I've been doing live unboxings on some of my channels over the last couple of weeks to show you some of the stuff that I've received. T-shirts, hats, and all kinds of awesome stuff. You guys are amazing. I'll put the address down below if any of you want to think about sending anything else. You know what, it's always appreciated. Don't feel obliged. But if you do send something, you'll probably get a shout out and your box will probably be opened on my videos. So I appreciate you guys immensely. That's what I'm trying to say. I love these US postal boxes that you guys have. Carefully cut into it because I don't want to damage whatever's inside. First box of 2 getting opened. Oh wow, that's a nice cat. Tennessee. Wow, I've never been to Tennessee, but that is awesome. In fact, I'm going to be swapping out the Texas hat right now for my brand new Tennessee hat. Thank you very much. There's a lot of states and a lot of places I don't really know about in the United States of America that I need to get to learn and I need to visit. 100%. Tennessee will be on the list. Thank you very much. Whoever sent this, let me just have a look. There is a decal that says Sassenach, which is a Scottish Gaelic word, which is also very heavily involved and used in Outlander. So I'm guessing the person that sent this is an Outlander fan, definitely, which is a show that I've talked about many times on my videos. If you're interested in Scottish and the United States cultural connections at all, I highly recommend you guys to watch Outlander. Great show, great cast, and great storytelling, written by an American author as well, so that is beautiful. I absolutely love that. A guide to all the things to do in the area. Look at that, I love that. You know what, I just love t-shirts in general, so it's very kind of you guys to be sending me these t-shirts. Oh, I love this, look at that. Another Tennessee t-shirt. Tennessee Volunteers. I've got so many t-shirts from around the States right now. This is very cool. Let me look. See, I've got a lot of ignorance towards United States of America because it's so vast and so many things going on. Tennessee Volunteers is a football team. There you go. Wow, that's pretty cool. And that is the colours, and that is where the hat comes from, obviously, as well. Tennessee Volunteers with the orange colouring of the team. That is a team that I need to check out, obviously, and maybe even go to a game if I can make it over there. And I've got loads of tours and brochures of things that I need to see in the area when I finally make it over. And an awesome keychain. So this is from Brenda Baker in Tennessee. Thank you so much, Brenda. I truly appreciate this. This is amazing. Thanks so much for the t-shirts, the hats, the keychains, and all the information about traveling there. I will do my very best to make it to Tennessee when I come to the States and do my big tour. Yeah, I like the colours. Orange Tennessee Volunteers. Bit of a contrast, north and south, I guess, right now going on. But that is beautiful. Thank you so much, Brenda. I truly appreciate this. This is a big, heavy box, so thank you so much to the person who's taken the time and spent the money on sending things. You know what? Postage from Scotland to America or vice versa, Canada, all that kind of stuff is very, very expensive. I know this from experience, so guys, I truly appreciate the efforts you've gone to sending me stuff. I really, really appreciate it, and it's really touched me, so again, thank you. Let's get into this. This is a beauty of a box. You know what, I feel with some of these boxes, I need to get myself like a proper weapon to open them because they have been reinforced, and as they should be because they make long journeys. Right, opening this box, this has come from Mr. Nate Fall. Thank you so much, Nate, Nathaniel. I truly appreciate this. This is from Bellevue in Washington State. And when I open the box, the first thing that comes out is a magazine from Seattle, right? This is awesome. And also a letter on the back there from Nathan. Nathan, thank you so much for this. I will read the letter as well once the camera's turned off. And something I need to tell you about Seattle, right? I'm not sure if a lot of you guys know this, but a very close family member of mine actually lives very close to Seattle in Washington State. He's an uncle and also my aunt, his wife, and their kids who are my cousins. Close family members that I don't get to see often enough, and it's been many years actually since I've seen them, since they were last in Scotland, but I've been saying for years I want to visit my family in Seattle. It looks absolutely beautiful. It looks very much like Scotland in some of the rural places, so I will be visiting Seattle 100%, and I very much look forward to that, and the whole of the Washington State. So thank you so much for this, Nathan, encouraging me to make that trip. So yeah, I've been talking a lot about the East Coast on these videos, but just be aware that I am also very much thinking about other places as well. The West Coast, far northwest, is in my travel plans. Oh wow, another sporting hat. This one I think is baseball because it's got a baseball sticker underneath. The Seattle Mariners, love that, thank you so much. Just do a quick swap of that. How does that look? Still loads of stuff to open up and get out. This is awesome. This is like a beef jerky, although it's actually fish. Wild Alaskan salmon that is dried. That is really cool. I love dried meats in general. I don't think I've ever tried dried fish like this, but I will certainly be opening this and trying this. Maybe in an upcoming episode of the vlog, I might just do a try and snacks type of video, but this is really cool. Thank you so much. Smoked salmon chowder. Never had that before in my life, but we do have a soup here in Scotland called Culinary skink, which is smoked Scottish fish in a soup, and I'm guessing that this is probably quite similar. Small batch roasted in Seattle coffee. Oh my goodness, guys, I love my coffee. I love it, and this is gonna go down a treat. So excited to try this out. This is absolutely incredible. I just love all the stuff that you guys send. Nathan, you have got some absolute cracking stuff in here. Market Spice, Northwest Breakfast Tea. Big tea and coffee drinkers in this household, let me tell you, so that's gonna go down a treat. Dark chocolate cherries, right from the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, USA. Apple cottlers, no idea what they are, but they look yummy. Excited to try that as well. Alaska Huckleberry Licorice. Now, I'm not generally a fan of licorice, the black stuff, right? But this looks a bit more fruity, and perhaps that's something I'm gonna enjoy. Like I said, I'm gonna have to do a video and try all these things out and let you know what I think. Oh, Kentucky Bourbon Taffy. I have never tried taffy. I've always been curious, what is taffy? I'm going to be curious no more because here is a bag of it. Guys, this is going to be an epic video when I come around to trying all this stuff out. It is going to be a sugary day. Washington Soap Company bar of soap. Mustard, a box, a tube of mustard. Let me just open that quickly. Lots of different mustards made in Seattle. That is so cool. Another thing I've probably not said in this video, but I'm a big fan of mustards, so some more tea from Seattle. Then we've got a bunch of magazines and papers and journals all about that local area and the stuff that's in here, and local publications. That is incredible. Nathan, thank you so much for this package. I will read your letter later on and I'll get back to you. And also Brenda, who sent the stuff as well from Kentucky. You guys are both my heroes. I love you so much. Thank you very, very much for sending it. Like I said, one of the greatest things about me doing this YouTube channel is connecting with amazing people like Nathan, like Brenda, and like all of you It is so cool to be a part of this, to be part of this connection and discussion every single week right here on the channel. So, like, I don't know how many ways to say thanks, but let me just say I'm opening my heart and saying thank you so much to each and every one of you for being a part of this. But that is it for today's episode. We tried some barbecue, I opened some awesome boxes from all the way around on the other side of the world. That is it for today's video, and until the next adventure, I hope you have a good night, morning, evening, afternoon, or whatever time of day it is, wherever you are in the world. Take care.